Yo, what's up, guys? Heroes Only. Today, I'm coming with a little bit of a different style of video. Thinking about a card in a game that I really like and it's really good with heroes, and I talked about it before. And there's a lot of talk going on about this card in particular. A lot of people believe it to get banned or at least hit. But a lot of people believe this is going to get banned. And of course, I'm talking about the awesome cross out, this one, cross out designator. Man, I've talked about this card before, but I really hope that Konami does not ban this card. Please do not ban this card. I'm going to try not to have this piece be too long, but man, look, cross-out designator. You know, you have S-tier decks, you have A-tier decks, and you have B and C-tier decks, and so on and so forth. I feel like Heroes is right there in that B or C-tier type of deck. And those decks that are lower on tiers, they have a hard time playing through certain hand traps. I would say we definitely struggle with Droll as heroes. We struggle with Droll. We struggle with Nib at times, if you got to nib us in the right spot. But we could struggle with some hand traps. You know, you open and you have to normal summon one of your starters like Vion or Stratos, you know. In addition to your one copy of Call By, if you're playing a cross out, you know, it could possibly stop your turn from being killed. Now, I understand some of the complaints about this card, but in my opinion, the complaints arise because everybody plays the same deck. I must admit, this card in a mirror match kind of goes crazy. It goes stupid, to be honest with you. It really goes crazy. But that's because everybody in Yu-Gi-Oh wants to play the same deck. And hey, if that's your thing, that's your prerogative. You know, there's always there's different styles of players in Yu-Gi-Oh, obviously. But I think that's part of the problem. You know, I kind of think about the same reason Link Rebo got hit, because you saw how powerful it was in one of the best decks in the game still, which is going to be Snake Eyes. So Link Rebo had to pay for the sins of Snake Eyes because it became extremely powerful within that deck. Dodging targeting effects, getting your level ones to the grave if they get imperm, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, cross-out designator in those top tier decks, you know, it makes dudes kind of lose their mind. Like, oh man, cross-out designator is such a silly card. But like, to us who play decks that we like and, you know, stuff like that, and may not be the highest on tier list, I'm sure we really like this card. I really love this card because, as I talked about in the beginning, it allows me to be able to play through. You know, I could play through a Nib if you try to nib me. I could play through Droll. You know, I definitely have all those. I could play through, especially Shifter, man. I could play through Shifter. I run my one Shifter in my side deck, because I'm just not trying to lose. I'm not trying to get soloed by that card. You know what I'm saying? But I think that was short and sweet enough. So please, Konami, for all of us B, C tier players, do not ban cross-out designator because the S and A tier players are complaining because they all play the same deck. Hey, that should come with the territory. You want to all play the same deck? Well, you gotta deal with cards like Cross-Out Designator. You're already playing the best deck in the game, right? So look, I feel like, hey, just deal with it. Anyway, that's my opinion. Keep it short and sweet. Peace.